Dude, Charlie is going after the young people, right? That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to radicalize and groom young men. It's funny because they accuse people of being groomers, but dude, there are no groomers worse than fucking Christians. Christian is the most indoctrinated, like forced grooming shit on the fucking planet. Dude, of course it's on Rumble. Jesus, dude. Dude, TPUSA on Rumble. What I was gonna say is that Christianity is the most like totalitarian, craziest grooming indoctrination shit you've ever seen. They take kids at the youngest ages, like 2, 3, 4 years old. They put them in, Sunday school, and they make them worship these deities, and they threaten them. Like, if you don't do this, you're gonna burn in hell. Like, how it hurts when you burn your fingers? It's gonna be your whole body. And like gnashing teeth and shit. I mean, kids are like threatened with eternal torture if they don't like buy into this. And they do it very young. Dude, it's so gross. Every accusation's a motherfucking confession with these guys. But here we go. This is Charlie Kirk being a misogynist, degenerate piece of shit, which is what he's known for. Here we go.
Hi, Charlie. I'm Addie, and I'm 14. I'm a freshman in high school, and I was wondering, as someone who has like a different opinion on college, what would you say the pros and cons are? Because I'm interested in political journalism, and what would your advice be?
Yes, so let me also speak to some of the young ladies here in high school where your who's here where your top priority is get married and have kids? Raise your hand. Okay.
Ew.
Interestingly, I think there is an argument to bring back the MRS degree. And no, seriously. And just be clear, that's why you're going to college, right? Don't lie to yourself, I'm studying sociology. No, you're not. We know why you're here. And that's okay, actually. And that's a really good reason to go to college, actually, especially an SEC school. Like, you will find a husband if you have the intent to find a husband at Ole Miss. Like, it's just going to happen, okay?
Can we remind ourselves what Ole Miss is, guys? Remember Ole Miss? You guys, it was in the news not very long ago. These guys are Ole Miss. The ones that were calling the black woman a monkey. She was there and protesting, and they surrounded her, and that guy was making the monkey noises, and all these fucking chads in their Uncle Sam outfits were like surrounding her, being racist pieces of shit. Dude, it's like so toxic, bro. It was these guys. There was a black woman there, and they were making fun of her weight, and they were calling her a monkey, and they were dressed like fucking clowns. It was about the Palestinian protests. Yes, the Jesus people doing incredible Jesus shit, but look at them all. Dude, they're all white, and here's the monkey guy. You can see his face right there, dude. You see him? There's the fucking monkey guy right there. You see? See that shit? Dude, Jesus people. So, but Ole Miss, though, is literally, it's bad. The racism in the South is bad. It is bad. Shit never left. But yeah, so he's talking about Ole Miss. All right, Charlie.
Wherever. Yeah, there you go, see? Or at University of Alabama. But there you go. But I always laugh because, and by the way, we should bring back the celebration of the MRS degree, which is, no, serious. I mean, if you think about it, like I say college is a scam, but if you're going to find your life partner, like that's actually a really good reason to go to college.
Dude, people are 18 when they go to college, right? Like, really? Find your life partner at 18? Your brain isn't even fully formed until you're fucking 25. You know what I mean? Like, bro, that's so gross to think that she's 14 years old and he's like, yeah, go to college and find your husband. Like, no, don't go to college and find a husband. Go to college and don't have sex with any MAGA shitheads Okay? He's not trolling. He actually means this shit. This is his worldview. This is not a troll. This is what these guys believe.
You have a bunch of people that are single, they're at the prime of their, let's just say attractiveness. The dating pool is as robust as you'll ever find, and they all live together over a 4-year period. Like you don't get much better than that, okay? It doesn't get better after college there. And so yeah, you could go learn some stuff. That's fine, I guess, or whatever. Just don't listen to your professors. But
dude,
that actually was the reason why a lot of women went to college in the 70s, 80s, and 90s, and it worked.
Dude, don't listen to your professors, he says. Just fucking don't listen to your professors. Go there and find a husband at 18. Yeah, he did. He's basically was saying that like women never get more attractive than when they're 18 at college. Like, what a fucking weirdo. This guy is such a greaser. Yeah, well, the irony, of course, is that Charlie's a Christian, sure, but he's also a fucking little bitch. He is. He's a little bitch. You know what's really interesting, though, about the whole concept of the MRS degree, right? He said the Mrs. degree. Well, simultaneously, the men that Charlie Kirk is trying to radicalize, they're all worried because they're afraid they can't even take care of themselves, much less be able to have a job where they can pay to have some wifey, enslaved wifey, that just cooks and cleans for them and does their laundry and dresses them and fucking raises all their brats and shit. You know what I mean? Like, we don't even live in a world where that type of like non-working mother, that's like 10% of the households in America. So he's basically telling those girls, even if all of those girls grew up and did what Charlie said, decided to abandon any hopes and dreams of their own and just go be wifeys for some fucking chads at Ole Miss or Alabama, like 10% of them would be able to have access to that life. It's like completely unrealistic. And believe it or not, in a conventional Christian household where for much of my mom's life, she didn't work. She was a stay-at-home mom with 7 kids while my dad worked. Let me just tell you, my mom fucking hated it. She hated it. It was overwhelming. She was taxed. She was overworked. There was like no romance in their relationship because, the breadwinner was always stressed out from being the breadwinner. And she was always stressed out from the insane job of managing 7 kids. She was not happy. She was craving a job and a life and friends and an existence outside of the fucking hellhole that was our home. And most women actually feel that way. Now, they don't run around announcing it because it's complicated. They feel a lot of pressure for their kids to feel like, they're not impinging on someone's life. So stay-at-home moms have a tendency to express this like, man, I'm happy. I would rather have no other life. I love you guys so much. You guys are the light of my life. I couldn't imagine doing it any other way. But a lot of that sentiment that these women portray is really a survival tactic. It's not really fulfilling simply just raising kids. I mean, it's not. It's not. It's a lot of thankless hard work. And dude, it can be very rewarding. My time as a father was very rewarding. But let me just tell you, the reason why it was rewarding and I was able to navigate it in a way that I think was really healthy was because I was so careful to make sure that my own needs were being met. I went back to film school at 40. I got involved creatively with shit. I made sure to have an active social life. Like, I really prioritized my own creative needs and all my artistic needs being met. Always. It's really important. See, the thing that's complicated for a married woman in a one household thing, it's really, I think it's more about the husband. because what ends up happening is when you have a Mrs. degree, as Charlie puts it, where the mom is taking care of the kids, if the husband's the sole breadwinner, the woman ends up taking care of that fucking man too. And that's the killer. Like, it would be different if she wasn't taking care of him and he was also taking care of some shit. But a lot of times in that solo household, there's a responsibility of the woman to be the man's caretaker because he's earning the money. So she has like 2 fucking jobs. And then you couple that with the fact that a jealousy thing forms. And this isn't like, I'm not trying to put anybody down here. I'm just telling you what happens. That when a man and a woman have kids, it is very easy for the man to develop feelings of jealousy because of the relationships of the kids, especially if she's a stay-at-home mom. He's off at work. What ends up happening is the kids and the mother have this bond of like always being there, and the dad is like an outsider. And the mom sort of loses her sex drive when, you know, because of all these kids and shit. And she puts more of her emotional nurturing into the kids. And then the dad starts to feel left out. He starts to feel like she's not there for him the way she used to. And often that makes him much more demanding of the caretaking. And this huge fucking rift happens. And I swear to you, you go to any grade school where parents come in with their kids, by the time those kids get to 6th grade, like 60% of the marriages have ended. I shit you not. It's a really common dynamic in the stay-at-home mother homes that these rifts happen. And it's really crazy, dude. You just can watch family after family after family like succumb to this shit. It's pretty wild. And we never talk about that shit. But, dude, Charlie, dude, the Mrs. degree, dude, crazy. No, if you're a young woman, you know, if you want to get married and have kids, that's fine. But you don't need to be compelled to do that. And there's no guarantee that your life is going to be better doing that. There really isn't. Charlie, he likes to go on these podcasts, or he likes to go debate teenagers at college. And a big focus of his message is that trad wife shit. A big focus of his message is this is what women were designed for. Why? Because the Bible tells you that. But the reality is it's social programming. Girls grow up, and what kind of toys do they have? They have easy bake ovens, and they have aprons and shit. And they play with dolls where they change the diapers. And so they're sort of like socialized from little on that like, oh, this is what you should do. And now we've done this long enough that I'm sure there is a cultural programming that kids pick up on. It's been sort of like programmed into us so much that we're probably being born with some of this. But man, I feel like the best thing we can do is to expose them to anything and everything, and specifically to expose them to things outside the cultural programming. I say explore, express. No, woman's place is not in the kitchen. A woman's place is wherever the fuck she wants her place to be. It's true. Oh my God. Look at this, guys. This just gets worse. Look at that. He was at a young woman's leadership summit. This wasn't even a TPUSA event. It was a young woman's leadership summit, and he goes there and says, don't listen to your professors, don't really get an education, just go find yourself a Chad, go get yourself a man. Dude, what a fucking clown, bro. Like, yeah, that's real depth of leadership. What is up, guys? Thank you so much for watching. If you like the video, you want to support independent resistance media, you know what to do. Drop that sub, hit the like button, and please share it. And we do love our members, so if you want to become a member, it's another really great way to support. Thanks again for everything, guys. I'll see you next time. Let's go.